What drove you to start your community service project?
So I volunteer at a nursing home, and over there we encounter a lot of people who suffer from Alzheimer's and dementia. And what drove me primarily was because my grandparents don't live here, and they're in China, and I only have one set of grandparents, and that's from my dad's side, and they live in China. And working at a nursing home, it's almost as if the elderly there are they become part of my family, because after regular visits, being with them really matters to me. And I have a very supportive family, so being able to work with the elderly and sort of reconnect with old tradition, and being constantly reminded about how lucky we are to be in a modern society where we're constantly making advances, is very important to me, because in a world that's constantly developing at a really fast pace, and technology is just becoming such a big part of our lives, I feel working at a volunteering at a nursing home sort of reconnects you with your roots, I guess, the past. And even though they're not of the same ethnicity, they're not Asian, it's nice to be reminded how you should always stick to your family.
What does being a Silver Knight mean to you?
Well, I was kind of surprised I was nominated, but my brother was actually a Silver Knight a couple of years ago, and he was for the same category. So being a Silver Knight is sort of representative of, it's sort of passing on the tradition of, the torch almost. And he was also in the same category, so it's it's a nice, relation to be oh, my brother and I, we're both Silver Knights, and it's a really great honor.
How do you feel about representing Palmetto?
After spending 4 years at Palmetto, I feel I've become more spirited, and being able to support a place that I called home, or I made so many friends with over the past 4 years, is really nice.
What advice would you give to a person who's striving towards a Silver Knight?
I think you should always have a project in mind, or sort of find what you really want to do. This is cliche, but volunteer for a place that really matters to you, and something that you really like that relates to your passions. And it doesn't have to be one amazing project where you try to cure cancer, but it can be something meaningful. It just really has to be meaningful to you. It doesn't necessarily have to change the world.